always, students. Once again, I welcome you all in today's video lecture. The topic is Nehru approach to nation building. As we know, when we are talking about Jawaharlal Nehru, and he was the first Prime Minister of India, as well as he was very active during the freedom movement. Nehru was a leader of vision. He has visionary about each and everything. So, and he was also the first Prime Minister of the nation, which was reborn after its independence in 1947, and it was a painful born birth. Why? Because of the partitions. So he has to build up a nation which is facing many problems. So when we talk about Nehru was born in an aristocratic family, brought up and educated in the world renowned university of the country, wedded to the parliamentary democracy. After winning the freedom for India, he became the first Prime Minister of India, and he played a very pivotal role in the building of nation. Nehru's contribution to the growth and development of India or the country is immeasurable. Being a visionary and modernist, he laid the foundation of the principles of democracy. He tried to make a society which have democracy with many ideas. So Nehru was quite impressed by the Soviet society's model of development. Ever since when he visited USSR in 1927, he had always symbolized the twin ideas of socialism and secularism during the pre-independence days. Thus, after independence, he included introduction of parliamentary democracy based on ideas of secularism and socialism. So here I want to mention that Nehru played a very important role in the making of Constitution of India, and he tried to make India, and he wants a country with parliamentary democracy based on the people's will, and he was also very fond of the idea of secularism and socialism. So Nehru was a liberal democrat who shaped the destiny of a newly independent nation as world largest democracy. Nehru was a leaders of freedom fighters, and he insisted and nurtured democratic institution, enshrined the constitution of the country, and which is also known as pillars of democracy: legislature, executive, judiciary, and free press. He sought to strengthen these ideas with free and regular elections. He wants to guarantee fundamental rights to the people, everyone, and he also talked about thus, along with secularism, he also talked about pluralism and welfareism. So he wants that. That's why the for, to fulfill the view of welfare state, he also talked about the directive principle as a major part of Indian constitution. Nehru is considered as a Fabian socialist and he was attracted by the Soviet model of centralized planning. He constituted the Planning Commission in India to propel all round development of the country. Nehru was not only popular leader among the masses but a great administrator, a parliamentarian. His dialogues with the masses and the parliamentary speeches reflected his deep understanding of country's problems and his vision and confidence to solve them by taking everyone along. Nehru was involved in every aspect of nation building. His letters to the chief ministers can be a source of inspiration and guidance of the chief minister even today, in which he talked about a secular nation, in which he gave the vision of secularism reflect his thorough understanding of India with diverse religious, social, cultural and ethnic differences, eventually leading to the unity and integrity of the nation, which are his valuable political contribution. Nehru was very active parliamentarian and under his leadership all the problems and policies concerned the nations were meticulously debated. He held parliament in high esteem and he set an example for others, remaining variably present when parliament was in session. तो वो ऐसा नेहरू का मानना था कि during the parliamentary session everyone should be present and they should think about the development of nation in a proper way, as well as the prime minister should show the way to others also. मतलब उनका मानना था कि अगर हम लोग अपने खुद ही सही रहेंगे तभी हम अपने दूसरे मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट से भी इन चीज़ों के लिए एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं. सो he always respected the views of opposition and he was not stubborn to accept their demands, maintaining high standard of parliamentary procedure. So during the debates and everything he was very friendly with the opposition leader. It means that the matter of opposition he take in a very positive manners. In many Western democracy, voting was prerogative of a few elitist section of society, whereas Nehru guaranteed universal adult franchise. Here I want to mention that India became the very first country to which introduced universal adult franchise to all its citizens without discrimination against gender, caste, religion and class. Nehru being thoroughly knowledgeable with the international affairs and conceived the concept of world federation. His vision of international politics was to remove poverty, ignorance, slavery from the world as a whole. He believed that uh, imperialism is responsible for ill resulting in underdevelopment of the newly independent nation or the newly decolonized country. In the Cold War era, the world became divided into two blocks. As we know that from 1945 to 1991, world was divided into two blocks, the capitalist bloc and the communist bloc. So it was a time when the decolonized country should be saved from re-exploitation. That's why Nehru conceived and started the non-aligned movement comprising of Asian, African, and some Eastern European countries, keeping equidistance from two blocks, and for taking necessary steps for maintaining world peace and development of non-aligned country. The period of Nehru is recorded in the history as Nehruvian era. The when we are talking about Nehru, we can see Nehru as a leader of world. नन अलाइन की जब हम बात करते हैं तो हम ये बात मान सकते हैं कि नेहरू सिर्फ भारत के नहीं, वो एक वर्ल्ड लीडर थे। और उन्होंने भारत जो कि अभी अभी न्यूली डिकोलोनाइज्ड हुआ था, उसको वर्ल्ड अफेयर में लाने पर नेहरू की एक बहुत बड़ी भूमिका रही नन अलाइन मूवमेंट के मंच से। और इस तरह से नन अलाइन मूवमेंट के मंच से नेहरू ने इंडियन इंटरेस्ट को दो तरह से बैलेंस करने की कोशिश की। फर्स्ट, that India can balance both the superpower, as well as on the stage of NAM, India was neither passive nor active, and India always tried to balance each other, and it shows the world that no one can take India for granted. So, Nehruvian era, during the democracy took the roots, the social, economic, cultural, and educational development for the nation building. Um, so we can say that the Nehru political legacy, when we are talking about Nehru political legacy, particularly democracy, secularism, constitution, and non-alignment, are highlight his contribution in the building of nation. And Nehru also, when he also was in the favor of the development of science and technology. So he put the foundation of Bhava Institute also, and Nehru was against the discriminatory action of the world during the arms treaties. That's why India also not signed NPT. So by this way we can say that Nehru put a foundation of a nation with a great vision. He conceived many policies, and it tried to balance the diversity or pluralism of the Indian society by making it more people friendly, and he tried to maintain economic equality, political equality, cultural equality in the nation. He also worked for recognition of India in the world affairs. By this way, Nehru tried to build a nation which was born in a very painful condition, which had many problems, many backwardness, and Nehru also put the foundation of planning commission. On the stage of planning commission, India took a vision of economic development. It was neither state controlled or not in the completely in the hand of public, in the hand of private organization. So India adopted the policy of mixed economy. This I will explain in broad manners in the chapter of planned economy. So these were the different economic and international relation. Everywhere Nehru tried to balance the India, and India can be recognized in world as a emerging country. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching.